Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. So, did you know that you can't make anybody do what you want them to do? So, I think most of us understand that, but it's so baffling, like whether it's in real life or on social media, or any slew of things any slew of ways we would see people interacting, and you cannot make people do what you want them to do. You just can't. And harassing people to get them to see things from your viewpoint and to get them to have your values is pointless. Now, my values are the right values for me, but I do not get to decide what values you have. And I would like to say that everybody has similar values in the fact, like, we all know that we shouldn't hurt people or steal, lie, commit crimes, muck duck. We don't want to commit that. But obviously people do that stuff every day, so they have a different set of values, or there's different circumstances, all that kind of stuff. But like, if I harass you to try to see things from my religious, political, spiritual point of view, and I'm just harassing you, am I really gonna get you on my side? No, you're probably gonna think I'm rude and stop talking to me. So if you are that person that, like, let's say you are a devout of some sort of religion and your children are not. They're grown-ups, they're making their own decisions, they're out living their life, and you literally berate them every time you see them, at the Christmas dinner table, or every time you talk to them, are they really going to want to be a part of your religious subgroup? No. Telling somebody that they're going to burn in hell because they don't believe what you believe, or telling people based off their political views that they are desecrating this country, no, that's not helpful. And that's not going to get the person to change. It's not going to get the person to be like, wow, that group is so loving and understanding. I would love to join that religious group, or that political view, or that activist, this person is so, whatever it is. And I'm trying to be vague, and I'm not trying to make this political, and I'm not trying to make this religious, but I have seen both in real life where people were just literally like berating somebody because they're such an idiot for what they think. But really, who looks dumb in that situation? The person that's sitting there calmly and is at complete peace with their decision and their value, or the person that's like got slobber coming out of their mouth and is within an inch of somebody's face, trying to convince them that their way is the right way. So it's just, that's not the way to do it. And you cannot make anybody do anything that you want. And I say this all the time, that everybody has an agenda. I have an agenda. You have an agenda. The guy down the road has an agenda. An agenda doesn't always mean bad. Like, I don't have a bad agenda bone in my body, but my agenda is towards things that are important to me. So your agenda would be things that are important to you. So if you and I have some sort of interaction, and all of your agenda and all of your viewpoints and all of your values are the complete opposite of mine, and one of us or both of us is trying to convince the other one, my way is the only way, well, you're not going to get very far. Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand that there are certain circumstances where maybe you feel compelled to say like something. So again, I will use the religious standpoint. If you feel like you need to spread the word to somebody and you know them, there's a way to go about it. You can ask them, like, I really feel led to talk to you about XYZ. Or you could even use that with other contexts. But then you have to give the person the opportunity to say, yeah, I'll hear you out for a few minutes. Or, you know what, I appreciate it, but I'm good. And then you are to respect whatever that person said. So if the person's like, nah, I'm good, then nah, they're good, and maybe you should move on to another topic. But harassing people, blowing up their phone, bogarting entire family gatherings or friend gatherings, it's not really the way to get somebody to see your viewpoint. And I understand that we are really passionate about our values and what's important to us. But think about it this way. That person that you're harassing is just as gung-ho about their beliefs and values as you are about yours. So you cannot make somebody go to school. You cannot make somebody eat their vegetables. You cannot make somebody go to the doctor. You cannot make somebody, make better decisions for their body and their health. You can't make somebody go to therapy. There's people I'm like, I've met people and I'm like, if I could drag you to therapy, like against your will, I would, but it's like, that's all you can say is, maybe therapy would be a good option for you. Or, I was a part of this program and it really helped me, or, something like that. But then you have to stop. Like, you literally cannot bonk people over the head like a caveman and drag them to whatever you're spewing. And I understand that, like, my heart was in the right place, but we're going to talk about that in another video, because people are using that as an excuse to be rude, to be inappropriate, and it's not appropriate to tell another grown person what they should and should not do. Now, granted, there are some exceptions. So, like, if I try to get up on you and you don't want that, then obviously you should be like, hey, this is inappropriate. And there's like other things, you know what I mean? Like, if somebody's acting violently in a situation and you're around, like, you can be like, hey, we're not going to tolerate that. You need to go someplace else with that. So it's like, if somebody is in danger, if somebody is making you extremely uncomfortable, you are allowed to tell another grown person, like, this is not cool. You are allowed to lay down boundaries. You are allowed to leave the situation. But for like regular stuff, you don't get to tell another grown person that they can't have another soda. You don't get to tell another grown person that they should, go to the gym. You don't get to tell another grown person that they need to go to church this week. You don't need to get to tell another person that they should get a better job. Things like that. It's like, it's just, it's not good, guys. And I see this all the time, like, even on TV, and I know that reality TV is what it is, and a lot of it is scripted, but some of this stuff really is happening. And so, just remember, you cannot control other people's actions. You get to, that was the other thing I wanted to say. So if you go to therapy, they teach you in therapy that you cannot control other people's actions. The only thing you can control is how you respond. So let's say somebody is trying to start an argument with you and they're all up in your face, blah, blah, blah. You can choose to engage, or you can choose to walk away. And it doesn't matter if that's your mother-in-law or your best friend or your neighbor. You don't ever have to talk to that person again. You don't. So that's your choice. So, like, behavior modification is about how you respond to things. So we can't change other people's behavior, and we can't make people make better or different decisions, but you get to control how you act and how you respond. And so again, if you're in an argument, if someone's trying to have an argument with you and you just start yelling at them, obviously it's not going to go very well. But if somebody starts an argument with you and you're just like, okay, I hear you, but when you're calm, we can have this conversation. And then they calm down and then it starts again. Okay, well, I said when you calm down, we'll have this conversation. So I'm going to leave now. Like, those are things that you get to control. But only yourself. You can only control yourself. You can only change your behavior. So it was a little bit of a rambly video, but I hope that you guys got something out of it, just some things that have been on my mind. So please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life with Mercedes. Until next time, guys, bye.